Welcome back, students. The previous class we have discussed the different backup methods. Okay, so here three steps it is given to you that how can we take backup in your Windows operating system. So these steps did not come yet, but if you see that sometimes if it requires to take your computer system backup, so for that you have to see these three steps. Once you see what are the three steps are given, you have to go to control panel, then click this backup and restore option, and it will wizard will start, means one step by step automatically it will follow. You have to go through. So for the using these steps you can take your backup of your computer system. So other backup tools also are available without going to these steps in your Windows. The default steps are given, wizard it is given in your Windows. If you want to take your backup using some softwares, these softwares also are there. So you just remember the software's name. Sometimes it comes to give the examples of backup. Okay, sometimes it may come what is backup, write a short note on backup and give example. So these examples of the backup softwares, so if it comes to you see it, at least 2-3 backup softwares name you just learn. Here after taking your backup, obviously you need to protect your backup files. If you don't protect your backup files, someone may get access of your backup files. If someone gets access to your backup files, that means he can get everything about your files. So what to do, you have to take backup, and after that you need to protect your backup files. How can we protect your backup files? This is the very important questions for you. So these are the some steps are options are given that how we can make our backup file protected. The first one, you see, the backup files should be protected with a password. Obviously you should have a password in your backup files, so other cannot access this one. Unauthorized person should not get access of these backup files. Next, you see, they should be placed one on some other computer apart from the computer that has the original file. Obviously you see, if you have taken the backup files and you have stored the backup files within the system where from you have taken the backup files, it is meaningless. Why? If this computer get crashed, that means your hard disk get crashed, that means your backup files also will be lost. So always you have to keep the backup files in different computers which is directly apart from your original systems. Okay, you keep your backup files in other system. Next, you should make up multiple backup files. Why multiple backup files? Once you have taken a backup files, and this backup file also may be lost. So for due to this reason, and rarely it may happen that the backup file also lost. So for that, some big organizations like banking systems, like they have the backup copies of every year or every day, maybe every hour they are taking their backups in not only single computer system and servers. They are keeping their backup files in different locations. So one system, if it is crashed, then other system they will get, from the other system they will get. So always you make the different copies, not only single copy, multiple copies you make. So these are the three measures are given, you have to take out. First of all, you should have protective password protection. Then you keep your backup files in different computers from your original computers, that means original where the original files stored, from that computer you can keep in the different computers. And next one is that what you should make multiple copies. Remember, not only single copy, try to make multiple copies. So next, here you see, always we used to keep our password for our files. Sometimes every time we have so many accounts online, for that we have passwords. So how a password should be made? Okay, so some of the systems, the maximum systems, they prompt you that you use this type of password to make your password little bit stronger. So the hackers or crackers, they should not get access and they should not crack it. So for that, always try to make password little bit stronger password, and 3-dimensional password, as we say. So 3-dimensional password, it means that you will have letters, you will have digits and some special characters. So these are known as 3-dimensional passwords. Always try to make your password like this. Okay, so it is very difficult for the crackers to crack this password. So here some steps are given, that means some measures are given how can we make our password very strong. So first of all, you have to see the password length. always you try to make your password little bit longer, not 3 letters 4 letters like that. Some of the system also it asks to you, it is asked that before setting your password, simply if you have typed 4 characters 5 characters, directly it will be prompt a message that at least 8 characters or 10 characters like that. So here it is at least 8 characters always you give for your password to make it little bit stronger. So the cracker should not, that means cracker will get little bit that means tough. Hey, they will get, for them there will be little bit toughest thing to crack these lengthy passwords. Okay, short password it can be cracked very easily, but if you make the password little bit longer, then it is little bit difficult for the crackers to crack this password. Next you see password complexity. So these are the measures you have to see. First of all, you have to see the length and complexity that already I told about, that you make your password little bit 3-dimensional. Here what the things you have to see: lowercase character, uppercase characters, lowercase alphabet and uppercase lowercase. So combination of all these things. And next you see what are the things that are given: special characters and even digits also. Here digit may be not mentioned. So using this kind of things you can make your password a little bit stronger. So next it is given, the following should be avoided while creating. You have to avoid while creating your password. Now what are the things that we need to avoid while make a password for any files, or maybe for any system, or maybe your account? Here you see, duplicating your username as your password. So many times it is found that we keep our password, that our user ID and password is same. So it should not be same, little bit different. You should not do these things. So here these are the measures are given that you should not do, otherwise you should avoid while creating the password. Using your own name, this is obviously you do your family name, your pet name, your father's name, anyone, your parents name, maybe your friend's name somewhere. So using such kind of things you should not keep your password. Date of birth even. Next it is given consecutive letters, continuous, like A B C D E F, like that, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So in this way you should not keep your password. So these are the things always you have to avoid. And next also you remember following about password to keep your safe. Now you have to do these things every time to keep your data safe. Like some of the websites, they ask to change your password every after 2 months or 1 month, okay, or maybe some 6 months. So like that, some websites are there, banking sectors are there, they're always asking to change your password every after 2 or 3 months, like that. Some of the banks, not all. Here change all your password at least once in every 6 months. Now see, here it is one measure it is given that you should change, not mandatory. Some of the banks, they have the mandatory to change, their policy is little bit different. So you can also change your password by yourself every after 6 months. So if why should we change every after 6 months? Say if someone gets the access about your old password, if you change after 6 months, and it is very difficult to again crack this one. When you change your password, create a new every time. It is always, you cannot keep your the system, it will automatically generate that you cannot keep your new password which is matched with the previous password. Old password, once you have kept, say today you have given a password, after 20 years you are trying to keep the same password, then that time also it will be given the message that it is matched with the previous. Already you have set this once it was set for your password. So every time when you change your password, you make it new password. Avoid writing down your password or sharing with others. Maximum times we used to write in a paper on somewhere else to keep. Okay, password should not be written anywhere, or should not be told to any your friends, whoever is there. Avoid typing your password while someone is looking. Now see, some of the times it happens that in ATM also some people may observe from the backside that what you are doing, what password you are typing, their PIN number. Okay, so like that, some hackers are there or crackers are there, they used to do some one example I would like to give you. Before 2 or 3 years back, I think, from girls schools, the girls will know. One madam, she lost her 10,000 or 8,000 rupees like this, or 40,000 I think so. So it's like that amount she lost due to this reason, because she was withdrawing money from Nilvagan ATM and someone was backside of her and she could not withdraw money, and that person asked the madam that you can give me and I'll try for you. So madam simply gave the ATM card to him, but he also could not withdraw money. But while returning the ATM card, he did not return that original your ATM card. Something else he returned, maybe he invalid ATM or something he returned to the madam. So madam left the ATM. After 5 to 10 minutes, madam got message in mobile phones that some amount withdrawn. So like that things we should not do. We should not share with your password or PIN number to anyone else, whoever is there. Okay, or you should not type the same in front of someone else. So these are the measurement. And remember, while logging into any websites, you can see the browser will ask to save password. If your own computer system, you can keep save password. So what it will happen if you save the password, that means next time when you will go for the login, it will not ask the password again to type. Okay, if you save this one, so it save this in your own computer, you can save it, no problem, because someone other people, they are not coming to you to log in this website. So if you go for outside or any other computers, you will never do these things. Okay, save password. So always you remember while typing or doing or keeping your password, it will be protected. So next it comes recovery tools. What recovery tools? Restore and recovery, remember both are little bit different. Restore means what? So we take backup files. After taking backup, if your computer get crashed, from the backup file we can take this one. This is called restore. Once it was stored somewhere and you are restoring this one, this is called restore. And backup recovery means what? Once file is crashed from your computer system, or sometimes it happens that your file is deleted somehow. Okay, now you want to recover the files. Deleted files can also be recovered. So by using such kind of tools, some softwares are there. Using these softwares we can take back the deleted data or crashed files. These are the recovery softwares are there. So in the previous discussion, that means previous page, we have got the examples of what backup softwares. Here some examples of recovery software. So you learn all of these examples, because sometimes it asks to give some examples about recovery tools or backup softwares. Now you see what is hackers and cracker. These one though you know better. So many I think from childhood you are learning about, listening about this hacker and cracker things. So hackers, actually you will be little bit confused that the things, the term we are using as hacker, actually these are not hacker, these are called crackers. Okay, hackers are who the person who is just learning about the computer system. Take example about your MBBS doctors. What they do, 5 years they study. Okay, 5 years they study about human body. After that they get the certificates to treat the people, treat the human being. So that certificate, it is provided after completion of the course. During the course they did not get that MBBS doctor. After that they, okay. So here also the similar things. The hacker, who is the person who is learning about computer system and different techniques to crack the files, how to do this, how to do that. These are known as hackers, who is very much interested to learn your computer system and network, how to crack, how to do, how to hack, everything he is learning. And after his learning, when he applies these things, this is the called crack. A hacker always crack the files. Okay, so here hacker is the term. You see, the computer enthusiast, a person who is just learning about computer system and the different security system. And cracker is the person, the term used for the individual who gains the unauthorized access. This is the called crackers. That means your account, if it is used by someone else, that means he cracked your password and ID and he is getting the access. So unauthorized access, this is hackers and crackers. And here it is given about your cyber crime. As you know, cyber crime means any crime which is done using online, okay, online using internet. This is called cyber crime. Different types of cyber crimes you heard about, that hackers, crackers, these are also one kind of cyber crime. It comes under cyber crime. Then when you send offended message, also sometimes this is also one kind of cyber crime. And sometimes you find so many things in Facebook also nowadays, that some people they get caught by the people due to their post. Okay, these are also one kind of crime, can be said that as a cyber crime. Okay, now information security provision in e-commerce. Now before that you should learn about that what is e-commerce. I think so everyone is everyone knows about this e-commerce systems, e-shopping, the like that online shopping. So when you start any business, before going to this part, you think about that you are is a business person. When you think about that you are itself is a business person who is trying to do business online, then what the security you need to give to their customers, to your customers. So the past customers will come to and they will visit your websites, that they will purchase the products. Okay, so this is in that way, just to think. So before starting the e-commerce, you need to give the assurity to your customers. What are the things you have to give? First of all, you have to give that these three parts very important, is just to mark these things. Information security system, e-governance or e-commerce should meet the following requirements. When you start a business, these three always to be given to your customers. But privacy, yes, always you have the privacy in your e-commerce websites, like that Flipkart, Amazon, eBay, wherever you go, you will have a password and ID. Using this one you have to log in, and what are the information you are providing there, you are using your ATM, whatever, online banking, these are fully protected. Okay, next, authentication of sender and recipient. So here it means what? Sender, who is the sender, means if you are the sender or if the customer is the sender, that sender, both sender and recipient must prove their identities to each other. So for that you can understand that when you try to do any transaction online, it gives you what? OTP. That means OTP, why it gives? It is given due to that for your identification, that the actual person is doing these things or not. Simply, if you see your WhatsApp also, if you try to register, it gives OTP to register with. Okay, so this OTP is used in for what purpose? To identify that the actual person actually is trying to do this transaction or trying to do this action. So this is called authentication of sender and recipient. Who is the sender? If you are the sender, and from the back side, that means other side, from that side also you will get one, that means authentication code, or it is already done sometimes in the online also. One example we will discuss, that time you will understand what is actually authentication is going on. Next, integrity and non-repudiation, very much important things. Here it says that you should give this kind of assurity to your customers, that what the informations you have given to us, it should be fully protected and fully tampered proof. Tampered means should not be visible to others. Whatever you have given to us, it is fully protected and it is intact. Intact means nothing will be changed, as you have given it will remain same. Okay, so these are the three things always should be given to your customers while starting a business. Okay, while starting an online business, means online shopping, e-commerce, you should give privacy to your customers. Authentication always should be given to sender and recipient, like when you try to transact online purchasing, like transferring money from your bank, that kind of things also it should be done your e-commerce site. Then integrity and non-repudiation, most important things, that most important thing. So whatever informations you are providing to us means if you are the owner of these websites, the customers whatever is providing to you, it should have the protection, it should be protected, and it should not be changed. Okay, nothing will be changed, everything will remain same. So these are the three things you have to see before going to start an online business. Okay, so how these things will be given we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, if you have any doubt within this discussion, you can ask. Okay, I think so you have understood, and if you have any doubt, any sort of doubt, you can ask to me. Okay, thank you.